Today we're going to show you an alternative lifestyle living for seniors, mobile home living. We're here in Santa Paula, California.
Hi. Come on in.
Scott and Wendy.
That's it.
Okay. Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome. We're so glad
Thank
you
you.
could come.
Thank you for inviting me. This is wonderful. Look at this. It's so nice and cozy. I love it.
Thank you.
So, tell me a little bit about yourselves. You know, how long you've been married, how long you've been retired RVing.
Married for 375, 30 years. Just be 31 in November.
Okay. And how long have you been retired?
We retired early at 58,
Oh.
and so we've been doing it 4 years.
Okay. What type of career did you have?
I was originally an educator. I was taught English in the Berkeley, up in Northern California, the school system up there, and then developed a program for bringing poetry into the schools, and with a number of other people. And,
Nice.
and ran that for a number of years, and then finally retired from that.
So is that how you guys met?
Well, we actually met through Wendy's mom. Wendy's mother is a very, very famous and respected teacher up in the Bay Area, and we were at a conference during the development of the Poetry in the Schools program that I was involved with. And afterward, a bunch of us went out for a drink, and Wendy stopped in to see her mom. A glass of wine, and that's how. And Wendy's mother introduced us.
And she met her husband.
And she met her husband. Yeah.
Yes, but I think you had your eyes on another one of those teachers, if I remember correctly.
That could have been.
Yeah,
That's
it could have been.
entirely possible. But once I saw Wendy, everything changed.
There you go.
And I did. I told her mother she was the prettiest girl I'd ever seen.
Oh, that's sweet. You guys are such a
Yeah,
good couple.
That is.
Now it's
30 years
30 years later,
yeah.
yeah.
Here you
I
are.
can't believe it.
How did you decide, hey, when we retire, this is what I want to do?
I think originally it was sort of my idea. I grew up in the Air Force. My father was an Air Force officer and flew airplanes, and I always dreamed of having an Airstream trailer. We traveled back and forth across the country, Route 66 and all of that stuff, and I would see these sleek, beautiful stainless steel Airstreams going by, and I just dreamed of being in one. It's like being in one of my father's airplanes, and so it just was always a dream. So when the time came, that's the first thing I thought of.
And my favorite program growing up as a little girl was Route 66 with Martin Milner and
Yeah.
George Maharis, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they would just meet these fabulous people, you know, every week and solve some family's problem. And so I thought, wow, that would be so great. And it made me feel young again, you know. You know, you keep saying that you're going to take all these great vacations. He'd have all summer off, but I would only be able to take a couple of weeks. And now it's just, you know, whenever we feel like it, we can create change.
And you can get up and go and anytime you want. That's one of the,
we
the
are
pluses.
we are children of the 60s.
Yeah.
And that's part of our cultural youth, I would
I think
say.
it's part of the American dream of all of us in that
Yeah.
period was just the freedom.
So tell me, how did you decide to pick Airstream as opposed to any other leading brand?
Well, I always, as I said before, I've always dreamed of owning an Airstream because it reminded me of my childhood. It was something that was the absolute Mercedes-Benz Cadillac of the road when I was growing up, and we would drive back and forth across the country with my dad and my mom, and we would see the Airstream, and I always thought that's the most beautiful thing on wheels, and always wanted one. So
Yes, it's very, very pretty.
I can't wait to take a tour. Who's going to give me a tour? I got to see what's inside here.
we have our favorites. So
You take the kitchen.
Okay.
I got the kitchen. You know, this is really a miniature version of an ideal home kitchen, and it's got everything you could possibly want. This is plenty of pantry space over here, plenty of storage for pots and pans here, and these 3 propane burners here are just really powerful, and you can cook anything you want on them. It's got the light, really strong LED light so you can see what you're doing, and a nice loud fan. Got the hidden fan over here. A nice deep sink for prepping your food, and the whole everything just works incredibly efficiently. It's surprisingly wide. That's why I'm putting my hands up like this. Is you can actually cook together in here and not get in each other's way, which is really terrific. You've got the refrigerator and freezer that operate either on electricity or on propane, which is nice. So you're not dependent on being hooked up. This will run for 4 hours without anything else. Not to mention the fact that you can like sports.
Oh, right here.
Oh,
About
you're
the
cooking.
solar. You could do the solar too.
Yeah, and we haven't done it yet. We're getting ready to get a solar hookup on top so that you can collect energy from solar so you can run your batteries.
Exactly. Save
Yeah.
your batteries.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
how wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, appliances, I don't see like...
Yeah, we keep them up here
Oh.
and down below. There's a whole
Okay.
bunch- all this stuff here.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Yes, hideaway. I
And-
love it.
You know, you can travel from place to place and get the local food, bring it in here and cook it. I'm a fiend for cooking, so.
What are some of your favorite dishes that you love to cook?
Well, I'm partial to New Orleans food, so you know it's
Me too.
gumbo,
Woohoo!
gumbo and jambalaya. So
When you cooking? Tonight? I'll be here.
we're ready to go.
I'll bring the wine.
We're ready to go.
Sounds
Okay.
like we're gonna have a party tonight.
Yeah, I love it. So Wendy?
All right, come on back to my boudoir. First of all, the windows. I don't know if you all can see the windows, but it really, when you is it lie or lay down? When you lie down, you can just see. I mean, here you are, camping in the most beautiful scenery in the world. And just right from your bed, you can just look out and you can see the birds. We've seen deer come right up and just all kinds of creatures you could never ever see, just walking along. And, Scott likes the LED lights because you can see what you're doing. I like it because at night with the metal finish, which makes everything so clean
And romantic.
it sparkles in here. And when you get older, lighting gets more important. Up here, you have this really soft light, so if you turn everything off, you have this soft glow, and you can see the stars.
Oh, how romantic.
Just right from here.
Exactly.
I love it. A couple of years ago, I started meditating, and it's wonderful. But when we were living in the house, I used to have to put on this tape of bird sounds and the sound of the ocean and nature to help deepen my concentration and my meditation. And now, wherever I go, the birds seem to come and sing to me while I meditate and relax my brain.
A few years ago, when we decided to take this extended road trip, Wendy got me for Christmas a road bike, and I hadn't had a bicycle since I was a kid, and I started riding, and whenever we plop down in a location, I get the bike out and take one of the millions of wonderful road trails that they have now for bicycles around America, and it's the absolute best way to see and smell and feel and taste the country. It's just a whole new world out there, and there are more and more all around the country. They're building paths for bicycles, and it's just it's heaven for me.
Thanks for tuning in on this episode of Retire My Room. Stay close and see what's coming up next week. I am having a fantastic time. Does your mobile home have a patio area? Okay. Awesome.
Oh, yes.
How did you guys manage to stay together in this, little small space?
Who says we managed?
We got instant patio.
Oh.
Indoor, outdoor, and
Voila.
we've been able to cook gourmet meals in here. And it's been really fun doing that too, learning how to cook again and getting in that time frame.
I'm gonna check out the zip line myself.
All right.
You'll have to get us some.